So because this was an international series, there were two national anthems, one for Mexico, one for United States. So I got started throwing off the mound with 8 minutes till game time. I normally finish throwing off the mound with 10 minutes till game time.
3 minutes to two.
Eight minutes till game time.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay.
You're not gonna leave until you tell me that you're ready. Don't worry about it.
I'll be ready.
All right.
Okay, got a good feel for the curveball today. That's good. There we go. Dos más. And a slide step, fastball, down away, paint. Okay. Now, one thing I always like to do when I'm finishing a bullpen session prior to a game is find a kid in the stands who's watching the session and toss him a ball. So I found a kid with a glove, tossed him the ball. He made a great catch on it. So nice job if you're watching this. And it was time to get ready for the game.
Let's go. Papa. There you go.
Thank you. Stuff's good today. Body feels good today.
Make it fun.
Yeah. Let's embarrass him. Many strikeouts. Zero por la calle. Many strikeouts.
Yeah.
What's strikeout in Spanish?
Ponche.
Ponche.
Yeah.
Ponche. I like that.
Ha! Let's show that with the Yankees in Mexico.
So for those of you who don't know, the Diablos have won 16 LMB championships. So they call themselves the Yankees of Mexico because they've won the most championships, just like the Yankees have won the most championships in MLB. Tradition in baseball, if you're the starting pitcher, you have to high-five everybody. I'm talking position players, bench players, relievers, coaches, managers, ball boys, bat boys, everybody. That's just the tradition. So you come in and you give it like 50 high fives before the game. And then half the time I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the lineup card has been delivered yet. I don't know if the umpires are waiting on me to run and take the field. I don't know if I'm waiting on the position players to take the field. So given it is my first time with this team and I've only been there for 2 days, I don't know any of the customs. I don't know how it is in Mexico. I don't know what the league traditions are. So are we waiting on me or
Yes.
so whenever I'm ready?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Hey, you guys, you ready? So many people have seen me do this before a game or before an inning where I look at the ground and kind of like bob my head back and forth. I'm humming a song that I'm familiar with and I'm looking at a pebble on the ground. And as soon as I see the pebble come into sharp focus and everything else is out of focus, I'm centered and then I go into the inning. Here goes nothing. So before the game started, I had a conversation with the Diablos analytics guy, and he said they were going to be coming out swinging. Usually the first pitch of the game is a fastball down the middle, but I was prepared for this guy to swing first pitch, and he did. So we're ahead 0-1. Free swinger, chase the fastball away. Okay. 95-96 to start the game, and I'm not really trying to throw hard, not putting a lot of effort in this. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm hitting my spots and getting ahead in the count. So the fact that I was 95-96 out the gate was pretty encouraging. This would be a game where I have a chance of hitting 98, 99, maybe even 100. Quick pitching in. Yep, show that early. Get him thinking. Now that's what I refer to as my quick pitch, and I wanted to show that early in the game so that the hitters would start talking about it, because the whole purpose of that is to disrupt timing and to make the hitters think a little bit more than they normally would in the box. So if the dugout starts to talk about, oh, did you see his quick pitch? Oh, did you see his hesitation, his slide step? Then they're going into the box already thinking about 4 different deliveries, and I'm winning the mental game at that point. So I definitely wanted to show that early. That's the most difficult one for me to execute, but I executed it perfectly, and we're ahead 0-2. So I'm thinking strikeout here. Curveball or split here? Splitter. Bad splitter. But that sets up fastball away for a strikeout. Now, the right pitch there is probably a slider away, but I didn't want to go to that right away. I know I have that later in the game if I need it. What I wanted to do is get a splitter going here and get the feel for that pitch, because that was going to be the pitch that's going to be the least affected by the altitude. You go right back to it. So I wanted to get a split back foot there. I tried to get it down. I didn't want to leave it in the zone. I was happy with bouncing the first one. I would have preferred that it would have been inside as opposed to outside, so I tried to go back to it 1-2. Okay. Now we got the fastball down away. Now that split was better left to right, but it was still too short and it didn't get a swing. It did, however, set up a freeze fastball down and away, which I cataloged in my mind for later in the bat if I needed it. So I tried to throw the fastball down and away and I missed. I got a little bit lucky. It jammed him a little bit and that ball carried way further than it normally would because of the altitude. Normally that's a lazy little line drive to the right fielder, but it actually drove Aquino back. He came out of nowhere and made a fantastic running play. There's a huge difference between a double to start off the game, no outs made on second, and 1 out, nobody on base. So Aquino definitely saved me right there.
The Punisher. Nice catch. Wow. All right, Stanton. See what you got for me today. All right. We can lead curveball.
So seeing him buckle on that curveball definitely made me think that he was looking fastball first pitch, and he thought that that was going to be a fastball up and in. Interesting little read there, and I cataloged that in my brain. I think I have a fastball above the zone now for strike 3, and also he's not looking breaking ball first pitch. Good info for the rest of the game.
Doesn't want that, so fastball in. Okay. That's 2.
So there I wanted to show the slide step to Stanton as well, get him thinking a little bit about it. That fastball was supposed to be up and in, but you can kind of see it die at the end of the flight, and it ended up below the zone in, which I never throw. Now, Stanton's hot zone is down and in, or at least when I face him, he kills those pitches. So that ball probably should have been hit, except for the fact that it sunk more than usual, and that's because the altitude. The ball didn't have as much carry to it through the zone as it normally does. My fastball usually averages about 18 or 19 inches of vertical movement, but this game it was only averaging 12 to 13, and that's the difference in the altitude. So what that means, practically speaking, for a hitter is if the ball is usually here and you're used to swinging and hitting it on the bottom like this, well, if the ball drops 8 more inches than usual, you're going to be on top of the ball instead of underneath the ball. And I never roll ground balls, but I rolled a lot of ground balls in this game, and I think that's why. The ball was sinking a lot more than the hitters were used to when facing me. Now, that also made it hard to get the ball by hitters because a lot of times I'm used to throwing fastballs up in the zone, and it has enough carry to it to get over the barrel and be swing and miss, and those turned into hits in this game. So definitely some tricks being played here with the altitude. First game in the altitude that high. First game I've ever pitched at that elevation. So I don't think I did too bad for learning it on the fly, but there's definitely some adjustments that are going to have to be made.
Probably should have hit that one, Stanton. That was in your down and in nitro zone. Dude, we need a strikeout. We can't go this whole freaking first inning not have a punchy.
I hate innings where I don't strike people out. I despise them. Even if it's scoreless, I want my strikeouts.
So this is fastball away, cutter in, splitter away.
Now, before the game, I told my catcher to set up middle on any count that did not have 2 strikes, and this is exactly why. I missed my spot by a couple inches there, but it's a ball, so I'm behind 1-0. Now, my normal fastball with a normal life and carry to it probably would have caught the corner right there, but this one didn't have nearly as much movement, and it just started kind of dying and fading away, and I missed by an inch, and it's ball, so 1-0. Not ideal, always want to be ahead in the count. And that also messed with my plan of going fastball away, cutter in, splitter for a strikeout. I had the whole sequence in mind. I thought it was a good one, but now I'm going to have to make some adjustments.
Yep. He's looking fastball there, looking to jump ship.
So that cutter ended up down and in the zone, which is a very dangerous pitch to a lefty if he swings. My read on that is that he was looking for a fastball.
So I don't know what to throw here. Yeah, changeup works.
Now, I thought the changeup was a good pitch there because there's a lot of stuff that I can do after that if I executed it. And I do not want to walk someone with 2 outs. That just leads to bad things happening. So we need to strike here 2-1.
Gotta get that close to the zone. Fastball away.
Now, I decided to go with the slide step here because I thought he was probably looking fastball, and I figured if I messed with his timing a little bit, maybe if he got the fastball in a 2-1 count, he would just be a little bit off it, and I might get a cheap out.
There we go.
Now there's a perfect example of the ball sinking more than I'm used to. I very, very rarely see someone swing over the top of a fastball at the bottom of the zone. They either swing underneath it or they hit it. That ball was right on plane with the bat, and right at the end it just dipped a little bit because of the altitude, so probably saved me a hit. Either way, we're 3-2, and I need to get this strikeout.
Get it there, come on.
So I tried to go freeze fastball down and away right there, but I yanked it up and in the middle. It was basically middle. I got away with one, got a foul ball. Now, I did try to put a little extra velo on that one, so maybe that played with it a little bit. And every alarm bell in my head went off that the right pitch here is a splitter. He's just laid on a fastball. He's going to speed up a little bit. The splitter is going to look just like the fastball and get a swing and miss. But I've already missed with 3 of them, and I didn't have a ton of confidence in it right now. I'm going to find it later in the game. I know that. I'm telling myself that. But right now, I don't want to walk this guy, so I decided to go back with a fastball.
Just get it there for the freeze.
Now, I did start walking off the mound right there, but live, I thought it was probably a ball with away. Umpire made a really good call here. I was trying to buy a strike, but yeah, he got me.
97's kind of tight. I didn't even try to throw that hard.
Always got to find the silver linings, I guess.
Get ahead. There it is. There we go. Lean first, baby. Let's go. Where's Aquino? Aquino! Wow!
First pitch cutter away, try to throw it right down the middle. Make sure I get ahead of this guy, and we get a first pitch ground ball. So clean first inning, no runs, I'll definitely take it, but I do want my strikeouts. Any inning that I don't have a strikeout, I'm pissed.
95, 97 the first inning. I didn't throw any as hard as I could though, so now that we're rolling, we'll get through the second inning, start letting some fly. Cutter's good, curveball's good. Hey! Command's there, just gotta get the split a little bit further towards the plate. Bouncing too short. Landed the fastball in, quick pitch. Good day so far. Hey! Gracias.
So I had a fun little interaction with the umpire right there. He handed me a ball, I said gracias, and he said you're welcome, and kind of looked at me like, hey, we both speak English, but when in Mexico, I gotta use my couple Spanish words that I know, right?
Come on, got free swingers here, so first pitch strikes with off speed.
Así es que segunda entrada en su parte alta. Ahí está Trevor Bauer, viene con la rápida, un rompedores.
Yep, first pitch swingers. He got a fastball though. Oh God, catch it.
Cano scared me right there. I saw him put his hands out like this, and there was no one on base. Now, sometimes infielders will do this, like I don't know where the ball's at when there's people on base, to try to get the runner to try to advance and then get a double play. But there was no one on. This was the first pitch of the inning. And I was like, uh-oh, is he really gonna drop this? Gamboa came over, made a nice catch, got a first pitch out. Pitchers are stupid sometimes, man. I literally said, first pitch fastball swingers, get ahead with off speed. And what do? Throw him a fastball.
That ball had a massive scuff on it. I should use it, but.
Now, I do know how to use a scuff ball. And if you've seen my video, I cheated, you'll know. If you haven't, I highly suggest you go watch it. It's very informative and fun. I chose not to use it in this situation because I don't know how a scuff ball acts at altitude, and in catch play, I've been throwing a lot of two-seams that have been going the wrong direction. So until I figure out exactly how to use the scuff at altitude, I figured I'd just go with the clean ball so I knew what the ball was gonna do. But it did pain me a little bit because I throw some pretty nasty scuff balls.
Dude, there is no rubbing up the balls here. They're dry as can be. Okay, maybe first pitch cutter here.
Ganador de guante de oro, ni más ni menos, José Treviño en la posición de catcher de Corpus Christi. Aquí cuidado, una recta
yep, just gotta get the hand out, be aggressive with it.
Trevor Bauer, ¿qué decir de Bauer? Pues un auténtico arsenal y de gran categoría todos sus picheos que ostenta en el repertorio. Él puede tirar 6 lanzamientos.
Okay, that's two that I missed up there.
Did I really miss that one? Live, I thought it was a strike. It's borderline for sure, but I definitely thought that was a strike. I think it caught that up and in corner. Now, that being said, if you're trying to throw a cutter down and away and you miss up and in, it's very rare that you actually get the call. But, you know, maybe with automated strike zone, I would get it. I don't think we had challenges going though. Someone suggested that I challenge some pitches and then someone said, oh, well, we don't have challenges this game. So I honestly don't even know if there were challenges. I've never played by these rules, by the way. I've never played with challenges. I've never played with pitch clock. I've never played with pitch com. I've never played with, there's a lot of rules I haven't played with. I don't know how I feel about that.
2-0, do I be stubborn with the cutter? Yeah. Good there. There we go. That's going to blow foul. No one's going to get there. Okay, so now I dot a fastball away and a split below the zone, and he's going to swing and miss. Got to get the fastball there, though.
Now, if you listen to me closely as the game goes along, I often speak in 2 or 3 pitch sequences. Fastball away, cutter on the hands, splitter away, strikeout. Fastball away, splitter below zone, he's going to swing. Because the game to me isn't just one pitch at a time, it's sequences at a time. Everything I'm trying to do is playing off the pitch before or setting up the next pitch. And preferably, I'm working in a couple different directions. I'm working different movements and different speeds and leading a hitter one way and then trying to get him out a different way, trying to tunnel off of pitches that he may have seen the at-bat before, tunnel off of a pitch he may have seen earlier in the at-bat. So it's all a chess game in my mind. So when I'm muttering to myself and kind of thinking out loud, I'm thinking in multiple pitch sequences. Most people only think in one pitch, like, okay, execute this pitch, focus on this pitch. I don't do that. I try to focus on multiple pitches at a time, so I'm always having a plan, so every pitch has a meaning.
Una muy buena curva que puede tirar en diferentes ángulos, bajar hasta 75 la velocidad en la curva, el slider que puede tener.
So 2-1, I figured he was going to be looking for a heater, so I decided to go with the slide step and get a little bit of a timing disruption in there. I missed my spot pretty bad. I was trying to go away. It ran up and in off the plate for a ball, but he did swing. And when he swung, he kind of looked at me like, you really going to do that to me? Kind of like challenging me a little bit. So I kind of gave him a little head nod back and smiled, and I was like, you know what? Fine, let's have some fun.
Another one? I mean, is this the 100 pitch just down the middle as hard as I can? I think it is.
Es que ese es el repertorio que le dio un Cy Young y que lo tiene vigente en el béisbol. Aquí la rola, cuidado.
Oh my gosh.
Un bote de canguro prácticamente que termina dando Doña Blanca entre Cano y Gamboa la pelota a los rumbos de.
I thought I could get you with the second one.
Imparable Roberto.
So when he got to first, he kind of looked at me. He was trying to get my attention. He had a smile on his face, and he's like, "Hey, you can't get me twice with that." And I kind of laughed and said, "Yeah, I thought I could get you on a second one." Did I get him though? I mean, who won that at bat? Yeah, he got a hit. He didn't really hit it hard. He hit a weak little ground ball, happened to find a hole. Who wins that? Is that the hitter's win or is that the pitcher's win? What do you guys think?
Should have gone with the split. Would have been swing and miss. All right, we could go for a double play here or we could go for a strikeout. So let's get a strikeout.
Yeah, because who wants 2 outs on one pitch when you can throw multiple pitches and only get 1 out, right? I mean, it makes total sense. To me. Probably only to me. I'm probably crazy.
No alcanzaron a Doña Blanca y de esta manera el equipo de Yankees de Nueva York en esta parte alta del segundo episodio está lanzando ya la voz de ataque para darle espacio a Kevin Smith que.
Yeah, that cutter is definitely not moving how I'm used to it moving. Everything seemed very flat and that one ended up kind of top of zone. However, that being said, at sea level, I still get a lot of takes on cutters at the top of the zone because it starts off above the zone and just kind of falls in on the top. Hitters aren't looking for a pitch starting at their first pitch of the at-bat. Get a lot of freeze takes on top shelf cutters. It's actually a very good pitch. You'd think that a hanging breaking ball like that would get hit a lot, and that's what conventional baseball wisdom will tell you. But I actually like those top shelf breaking balls, curveballs, sliders, cutters up there. They're pretty darn effective.
Now we go fastball.
Atlético de Oakland del año pasado, previamente Azulejo de Toronto, viene hacia home power, el batazo alto. Que va poniendo ahí quieto Aristides Aquino, captura rápidamente el batazo, tomó elevación, pero fue perdiendo.
Must have eaten that PB and jam sandwich for pregame meal. I need a freaking strikeout, man. That's ridiculous. Fuck.
I mean, we're 5 outs into this game. I don't have a strikeout. I should have like 4 by now. That's how I think about things. Definitely frustrating. But I guess not unexpected at altitude where the ball just doesn't move very much. We're gonna have to get a little bit trickier with this.
Not even getting 2 strikes, guys are just hacking. Yeah, that works. Curveball. Aggressive. There it is. Dot. Now we go cutter on your hands. No, we gotta speed you up.
Now, my original thought there was cutter on the hands, but after a slow curveball, the hitter's timing is getting a little bit slower. If you throw a cutter, that's kind of a mid-speed pitch. If you miss in the zone, then there's a good chance it's going to get a hit. It kind of runs into the hitter's attention and timing coming down, where the pitch speed is meeting him and you kind of meet in the middle. Not really what you want to do. So I decided to go with the fastball in. It's supposed to be up. I thought, okay, land a curveball with this shape and then a fastball up here, and then I was going to go curveball back down. So I was saying, I got to speed you up to get you on fastball timing. So when I throw the curveball that looks like a fastball, you're out in front of it, and it protects it in case I miss a little bit in the zone. Still a chance of a rollover. Whereas if you throw multiple curveballs in a row, you lead them to the same shape and the same timing. And if you miss a little bit, there's a lot less margin for error. So again, sequences, that's what's going through my head. How do I play off of this pitch for the next pitch and the pitch following that for the outcome that I want?
Heater on the hands. There it is. Nope.
Unfortunately, I missed down and in here, so we're 1-1, and we got to throw a strike now to get to 1-2.
Now we cut his hands. Actually, we'll go fastball again.
Aquí el batazo violento, ahora sí, por la parte de en medio hasta jardín central, muy distinto al anterior que fue con botes desesperados.
Many singles. The ball was middle. That should have been crushed. 96.
I hate when I do that. When I come up with a pitch in my head and the catcher puts down a different sign, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that one works. And I don't stick to what I was thinking. If I give up a hit on a pitch that I was thinking, I can at least own that. When I give up a hit on a pitch that I wasn't committed to, I can't stand that because I wanted to throw something else and I second guessed myself. Not the catcher's fault, I just lost focus mentally, and that's what happens. Really good example here of what I was talking about though. I threw him a fastball hard in, so I was raising his timing, getting him to look in. Then I threw him a fastball that's a little bit slower, that was more hittable on the plate, and he hit it right back at me. So that's why you don't want to lead the hitter to the same location with the same shape at a lesser speed, or lead him to the same speed that you're going to throw, because you give up hits that way.
Hi, GA.
So first and second, 2 outs. Former teammate of mine, Greg Allen, coming to the plate. Now we sat and talked for probably 15 minutes during BP before the game. So I definitely wanted to get him out here because, you know, it's like I know him, he knows me, we haven't faced each other a ton, but it's a pride thing.
I gotta get this guy. Let's go.
Now the last thing you want to do here is get behind. Greg's hitting in the 9-hole. You got the leadoff hitter coming up next. You get behind, you give the 9-hole hitter a better chance. A single here does score a run. So first pitch there was very important, and that's why I was very frustrated with myself that I didn't execute it and get ahead.
That was top of zone.
And upon review, it was top of zone. I think that was a strike, and he missed the call. I did ask him if that was up live, and he said yes, so he thought it was above the zone, but that looked like a strike to me live, and it looked like a strike to me here. You guys think it was a strike? Comment down below. Let me know what you think.
And a cutter, rollover.
Now my thought here is he's probably looking for a fastball. If I throw a cutter, I might get a rollover. If I miss with it, it's 3-0. I just pass on the at-bat, get to the next guy. But I don't want to throw him a very hittable pitch here because I know he's looking for a fastball, and if I give up a hit, I give up a run.
Good cutter, but in. Fuck me.
But the way I think about this and getting out of jams like this is I have 2 hitters to get 1 out. So when I went 3-0, I was like, all right, I'm just going to pass on this at bat. I'm going to try to pick off a corner. Maybe he'll swing. I missed pretty badly on that, so I need to recollect here. Need to make sure and get ahead of the next hitter. And then I noticed that my pitching coach was coming out. Well-timed mound visit.
Not ideal. Come on, Trevor. Fucking figure it out.
I think there was a couple there. I think there were strikes.
Yeah, this
Scared
was.
to give you a little brief. You're throwing the ball well, okay? Couple pitches that he didn't give it to you, the one inside and the other one, but you okay? How do you feel?
Great. This is my favorite situation.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
I got the money on you, okay?
A lot of you probably don't know what a mound visit's like. That's pretty typical. The pitching coach comes out and says, hey, I'm just here to give you a little bit of a break. Tries to give the pitcher a little bit of encouragement. Hey, you're throwing the ball well. There's a couple that the umpire is squeezing you. The whole point of this is to break the rhythm, get a little break in the action, and get the pitcher locked back in mentally. Now, this is a very difficult mound visit for my pitching coach because we've known each other at this point for 2 days. So he doesn't really know my temperament. He doesn't really know anything about how I react to mound visits or what's important to me or my mechanics or my cues or anything like that. So he's walking out there pretty much naked, no ammunition to come talk to me or like settle me down or hype me up or whatever. He's blind. And I think I caught him a little bit off guard when I was like, this is my favorite situation. I'm going to strike this guy out, F him. And he's like kind of taken aback. He's like, all right, I like that. And he actually talked about it in the team meeting the next day and was going on about how he likes that mentality. And there's a couple other guys that he's seen that have done that. Greg Maddux was kind of that way. And we had a long conversation about it.
Most important thing to me, man, fucking strong mentally for me, the way I talk to my guys, you know, was the confidence that you showed me when I went over and talked to you. And you executed striking out that motherfucker. To me, that's the reason why you're one of the best in the whole world.
Why you want first pitch right here? First pitch cutter. Let's go.
2020, gracias a ese bajísimo porcentaje de carreras limpias admitidas, 1.73. Además de que también fue convocado al Juego de Estrellas en el 2000.
So if you ever see me scream on the mound like that, it's attack time. This is everything I've got. We're going to go as aggressive as possible. Any reserves of energy I have, any extra velo I have, it's all getting put into this at bat. And that's why I like bases loaded situations so much, because there's no room for error. I cannot give up a hit. This is what makes baseball fun. I have to win every at bat the rest of this inning or I'm giving up a run, and we all hate giving up runs. Ain't no fun in that. So I love these types of situations.
¿Cuál es su tarea esta campaña? Mejorar la ofensiva. Y viene el lanzamiento, el batazo de foul.
Now, even though I'm going full intent here, I'm still remembering what he did the first at bat. First at bat, I threw him a fastball away and he swung at it. I'm not going to give him a fastball first pitch here and give him a chance to ambush me and get a double or something, drive in a couple runs. First pitch cutter away, I threw it as hard as I could. I believe it was 88 or 89 miles an hour, right where I needed it. Great start.
We got to go there again.
So I liked what I saw in the first pitch. I decided to go right back to that same pitch. Didn't have a very good swing on it, so let's throw another one, get a little bit further off the plate. Maybe we get 0-2. I was trying to go a little bit off the plate away, and I missed in. Pretty bad miss right there. Very dangerous, especially moving back towards the center of the plate. Now, if that ball was middle, it's probably a home run, a double, something hard hit at least. I'm very fortunate that ball got in because it was a complete opposite side of the plate.
So do I go heater here? Or do I rip a slider? You got to rip a slider, I think.
Got lucky on that one for sure, but now that I'm 0-2, it's finishing time. Now, after 2 cutters and 0-2, the immediate decision for me was to throw a slider, and I think that's the right pitch because in this situation, I'm going slider, 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 and hopefully he swings at one, and I'm just going to do that the rest of the at-bat. I'm not going to give him a chance to hit the fastball. But then I thought of king of slider, 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 Eric Sim himself.
Slider, 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 slider.
And he told me that I wasn't welcome back in my own gym unless I hit 100. And I thought, well, shoot, if there's any situation I'm going to hit 100 in, it's this one. This is the pitch, 100, blow it by him.
Or we'll go fastball, 100.
Was it a smart decision? No. Was it a fun decision for content? Absolutely. And he fouled it off. Now, this is altitude. I think at sea level, this ball would be by his barrel. It would be above it, and I would have gotten a strikeout because he hit the bottom of that ball, barely got it, maybe got it by a couple inches. If that ball is 8 inches higher, he would have swung and missed, and I would have blown it by him and yelled, "Doors!" But instead, it's a foul ball, and we get to the slider.
Get the hand out. That's the sword, ladies and gentlemen. Get your sword merch, trevorbauer.com. Let's go.
So as I was walking in the dugout, I got called from the manager like, hey, the umpire needs to talk to you. And I didn't know what was going on. I don't know if they were going to review something and I had to stay on the field. I didn't know if they wanted to check my glove or my hand. I really didn't know what was going on.
I hope you get back up there in the States this year.
Thank you.
Your windup, we can't ask you wind up or stretch. So you have to tell us.
Okay, okay.
If you're full of exhibition, that's a bump.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So if I don't tell you before, it's a balk.
To balk it.
Okay.
Okay. So
who do I tell? Third base?
Anybody.
You? Any of us. Okay.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
So there's yet another rule that I didn't know. I should probably read the rule book and learn the rules. I've been playing this game for 30 years and I feel like a total noob. I don't even know the rules of baseball anymore. Do you guys know the rules of baseball? Like, did you guys know that that was a rule?
Good job, good job.
My favorite situation. Bases loaded, need a strikeout. I like that shit. Slider was nasty. Woo!
Diablo,
Wah!
Coño. Your strikeout pitch.
2,900. Dude, that's was that 1920 sweep in sea level at 85. Is that good?
Softball spot is like, that's the Otani pitch from World Baseball Classic against Trout.
What's the fastball?
So, the first pitch, the line drive, that was 13.
Yeah.
Your three fastballs at 97, 98 with 13, 12, 15.
Yeah.
You're not even touching 16.
Yeah. At least they're hard. What's the top velo? 98?
Yes. No, you have touched 98 for 5,000 euros. You're actually you're aiming at 95, 96. You're peaking at 98.
Yeah.
So that's a league velo. And then again, fucking altitude, man. It's
Yeah.
like 13, 15.
That's fine. I have deadly off-speed stuff, so
So the
they
gyro,
just never get heaters or surprise them with it and blow up by them.
the gyro, you're gonna be like super surprised because you're throwing gyros at 88, 89.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like your quarter because your gyro tends to be a little bit like slower. At
Yeah.
85, 84.
It's usually like 85, 87.
Okay.
But on velo days where I'm like upper nines, it'll be 88, 90.
Well, it's sitting 88. And
What's the movement?
It's -2, 2,
Just right at zero.
like
Yeah.
gyro. So
Okay.
because the altitude is actually helping you on that bit.
Yeah. What is the curveball?
Well, it's not dropping. It's like -13, -5. And,
Okay.
But it's not.
That's actually a better tunnel pitch, so I can throw that below the zone and get
Yes.
swings. Yeah. Bueno. 98's not bueno though. I needed 100. I let a couple go that inning as hard as I could. The 0-2 fastball that he fouled straight back.
Yes.
If that was elevation, or if we weren't at elevation, that's buy-in for sure.
Yes.
So going into the third inning, I need strikeouts. I can't be out of here with one strikeout in 3 innings. I need strikeouts.
Let's go. Soft fastball in and curveball first time.
So first pitch, cutter away. He got a really good swing on that and probably could have hit it. That was in a dangerous location.
Let's try a split 1-1, see what we got. Run it the other way.
Got away with that one. Don't want to make a mistake up there again to him because that ball's probably going to go about 600 feet if I do.
Down.
Now, even though this split was in a hittable location, I think one of the reasons I got away with it is because the pitch before went the opposite way, and he probably read this as the same pitch, and then it moved in a different direction. That being said, he got a pretty good swing on this, and I think I got lucky that he didn't hit this one. Fortunately, he didn't, and we're up in the count.
Okay. Now, he doesn't like sliders, so we can try to doors him up and in or sort him away. Sort away. Doors in.
Now, either the slider away or the fastball in was the right pitch there. Both of them were perfectly set up. I was thinking slider away. My catcher thought fastball in. So I went with his fastball in and I put it exactly where I wanted it. And that pitch perfectly sets up the next pitch. Notice his body language here as the fastball's running up and in on him. He kind of backs out of the way. He flinches a little bit and pulls away from the plate. Now, as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, you didn't like the ball coming in on you. If I start a ball in, you're probably gonna flinch, and if I can run it back over the plate, that's available. What does that sound like? Sweeper. Now, if that sweeper starts middle, he has to start to swing because it's 2 strikes and it's going to break off the plate and we're going to get an out or maybe a take, but it's going to be a good pitch for us. If that sweeper starts in and runs back over the plate, well, the fastball before is protecting it because the fastball running up and in made him pull back and flinch a little bit. So if the ball looks the same, you get that initial reaction and it throws his timing off a little bit, so we get away with a mistake pitch. Super important stuff to learn for young pitchers. Read the hitter's body language.
2. That's 2. We should have hit that ball, Stan. That was a horseshit pitch, but okay. Let's go cut her in.
Consistente al norteamericano
Split for a strike, okay.
En este último lanzamiento a Giancarlo Stanton quitándole muchísima velocidad,
God, I have no feel for that pitch today.
And now I'm super frustrated with the split. I've yanked every one of them down. I finally threw a good one to Stanton, and I tried to throw one here and miss way up. The pitch is all over the place, but if I'm gonna start, I gotta have that pitch, so I'm not gonna run away from it. I gotta find it. I gotta make an adjustment and figure it out. I've thrown a lot of close pitches in this game, but that was a strike. That definitely caught the inside corner. I thought so live. I was frustrated by it. Trying not to show too much body language, but come on, man, that's a strike.
Guess not. That's a challengeable pitch right there, I think, but 2-0. Yeah, I just gotta go here.
Now, not getting that cutter to go to 1-1 was a big change. Now I'm 2-0. I'm gonna throw a fastball because I want to throw a strike, force him to swing the bat, maybe he hits the ball at someone. I tried to mix in the slide step, throw his timing off a little bit, and I ended up getting the ground ball that I was looking for, but unfortunately it found a hole. So now we got people on the bases yet again.
Got the ground ball, but get ahead.
So for those of you who don't know baseball too well, what I'm doing here when I have my hands stretched out to the side is I'm pointing to my second baseman and my shortstop, and I'm basically just asking him, hey, if a ball's hit back to me, who am I throwing it to? Who's covering for the double play? It's important to know this because if you're a pitcher and you get the ball and you turn around expecting to see the second baseman and he's not moving, you kind of freak out. And then you, out of the corner of your eye, catch a shortstop covering and you're like, go to throw the ball and you make bad throws. So it's very important that you communicate before the at-bat, who's covering the base? Who should I be looking for if a ball's hit back to me and we're going to turn a double play? So I kind of put my hands out like this and I point to him. Someone at some point will tell me, hey, it's me, or hey, you know, it's him over there. And then that way I know who I'm throwing the ball to.
Okay, get ahead. There we go.
Now on the first at bat, I threw this guy a first pitch cutter and he grounded up to third, so no reason to change that. Throw it again, get ahead, and maybe get another ground ball. He takes it, so we're ahead 0-1. Great start.
Fuck. Fastball command's letting me down. I'm not looking at my target. 1-1 cutter, double play. Foul ball. Yep.
Now he hit that ball down the line pretty well. Unfortunately, it sliced foul, which puts me in a really good spot here, 1-2. Perfectly set up with two cutters going away to throw one that moves a little bit bigger, run it off the plate, make it a little bit slower, and get a swing and miss. And that is the sweeper. One of my favorite sequences: cutter away, fastball away, sweeper strikeout, or cutter away, sweeper away. Let's see if we get him.
Really good ball for a split, but it's 1-2. Yeah.
I think if I throw that pitch a little bit further down, he swings and misses. Unfortunately for me, it was high enough that he could reach out and still touch it. So I missed my opportunity to get the strikeout right there, but I'm still ahead in the count, so I can go right back to that pitch. So here's an interesting piece of information for you. When a catcher gives me a pickoff sign, I'll often shake off to get the pitch that I want, then do the pickoff, and that way my catcher knows what pitch to call next. That way I don't just pick off and then have to go through a bunch of signs and then step off, and it kind of breaks the flow. So I'll just shake off till I get the pitch, and then I'll do the pickoff anyway. I don't know if that's good to do. I don't know if it's bad. Just something I do. Kind of quirky maybe.
Get the slider down, below the zone. Oh! It's a good take, but now you're going to take the fastball down away for strike 3. Can I help you? Nope. Just looking. Unbelievable. Right through the hole.
Now live, I was a little bit frustrated by this. It looked like he just kind of stuck his bat out there and poked at the ball, and that is what happened, but I made a mistake there. I didn't read the at-bat very well. If we walk through the at-bat a little bit, first pitch, cutter away, leads him away. I threw him a fastball away, leads him away. I threw him a cutter away, leads him away. I threw him a slider away, leads him away. Another slider away, leads him away. What was the right pitch there? All off-speed stuff, leading him away. What's the right pitch in that situation? Comment below what you think it is.
Come on. There we go. That's out. Okay.
I decided to lead off with the first pitch curveball. Unfortunately, we missed away, so again, behind in the count. And watching this back, that's kind of the story of the entire outing. I was behind in like a ton of counts. When I got ahead, I did pretty well. When I was behind, it just makes things really tough. And that's kind of the story of every outing when I watch it. I'm like, just throw the ball in the zone. What are you doing? It's not that hard. It's kind of hard, I guess. Doesn't seem that hard. Definitely harder live than it is watching it.
Cutter to the hands. There we go. Now if I can get that there again, that'd be nice.
Siempre me viene a la memoria
Splitter.
cuando cierra el ojo Trevor Bauer y solamente mirando con un ojo poncho a José Ramírez en un juego de entrenamiento.
Oh, there it is.
Finally, I finally throw a good splitter and get a swing on it. I needed that bad. Gave me a lot of confidence. Felt good out of my hand finally. And I think the key was to throw it aggressively. Just grip it. Don't think about placing it. Just throw it hard down the middle and let the action take control. Usually that works out for me.
Got the splitter down and got the swing. Do we dare go to it again? I think we do. I think it's splitter down. 1-2. Throw aggressively down.
Okay, maybe I don't have the feel for it. Maybe that confidence was not earned. Maybe it was false confidence. So frustrating.
Foul ball. Is this dead zone cutter time? Might be. I think it's splitter time actually.
I originally thought cutter in, so fastball in, we'll tunnel off of that, we'll break the cutter below the bat, we'll get a swing and miss at the dead zone. The dead zone is off the plate into a lefty, kind of mid-thigh. But then I second guessed myself and I thought, you know what, actually splitter. So the fastball is hard in. If we get a splitter going away from him, it's a little bit safer, probably get a ground ball. I didn't want to take the chance of throwing a cutter in, missing in the zone, and having that ball be right in the power for a double, maybe a home run. And there is danger in that.
Yes! Splitter for the win, baby. Hey, we need a fucking strikeout here. No runs.
So I finally threw an aggressive split, and even though it was pulled in the zone in a very dangerous place, like that could have been a home run, it's just not a good place to throw changeups to lefties, kind of in the zone, down and in. Because of the fastball in the pitch before, the split probably looked the same. He probably was a little bit late on the one before, started to swing a little bit early, and then when the ball went down and was slower, he was out in front of it. So the pitch before the split definitely protected the poorly placed splitter. Oh, and for the last at bat, after all the cutters and sliders and soft away, the right pitch was fastball in. Did you get it right?
First pitch cutter, get ahead. Right at you. Nice play, nice play, nice play. There we go. Let's go.
That was a hell of a play by Gamboa. Did you see those hops? 41-year-old Robinson Cano. He got up there. It's pretty good. Pretty athletic still.
Love it, Poppy. Wow.
Talk to me. You got over 50 pitches, first outing, with the attitude. Remember that we talked about it?
Yeah.
I just want you to realize that, okay? Velocity is well. You're using your breaking pitches pretty well. I love the way you got through it. But we got fresh people over there, to continue with the game. You feel all right?
I can give you one more.
But
If you want, are we pushing it though? Are we pushing it? That's the play. It's up to you guys. I'm good to go one more. I don't want to go more than one more, but if you want me to go one more, then I go one more. If you want me to be done, I'm done. Up to you.
I think this is good.
Okay.
We've had a couple stressful ones.
Okay.
You got to do it.
All right.
Nice job.
Thank you.
You got it. Excellent job. Excellent job.
Yeah. I want to go another one. I told them I want to go one more, but they said no, we're done. They don't want to push it. I didn't get 100, but oh well. No runs. It's okay.
First day.
Yeah. Thank you.
Upstanding. Excellent job. You know what? The most important thing that you told me that means confidence.
Yeah.
You know, when you told me that's the type of situation that I love it.
Yeah.
I love to see that.
My favorite situation.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you. 3 innings, 3 strikeouts. Stuff was good. I finally got the splitter there though, so got a K on a split, K on a slider, 2 Ks on sliders. Good day. 50-something pitches. YouTubers be out here fighting Mike Tyson and just straight dominating the Yankees. Is that domination? I don't know. Comment below if you think that was domination. It was for me, but for a YouTuber, I think it's pretty good.